Thank you so much, Ariz. I hope all is set and I can start the session. Hello everyone. My name is Faiza Yousuf, and I am the founder of WomenInTechPK and co-founder of CodeGirls. Most people know me by this community work that I do, but by profession, I am a product management consultant, and I've been working in this field for around 10 years now. For the past few years, I've been working as an independent consultant, helping clients across the board around the globe with product development. And I started doing it off, without using any freelancing platform. But later on, I started getting work at Upwork as well. I would really like to talk about today on how I started, working as an independent consultant or as a freelance consultant, and how you can do that by creating some innovative set of services for yourself, and then, of course, charge the top buck in terms of um, getting more clients and getting more projects. So Aris is telling me that I need to use mixed language. I'll try my level best. Yeah. So I started my career. Let me tell you, थोड़ी सी मैं आपको बैक स्टोरी बताती हूँ, ताकि आपको कॉन्टेक्स्ट आसानी से बनाने में आसानी हो कि ये इनोवेशन या ये वाला काम आप कैसे कर सकते हैं. So I started my career as a quality engineer, and most of my work was around maintaining QA servers and deploying builds and testing builds and stuff like that. वहाँ से my company basically asked me कि we want you to do analysis of a project, and will you be interested in doing that? And the kind of person that I am, I usually dive headfirst in things. So I said, why not? And I started working on that. And from there, my career progressed from quality engineer to project management to, and then product management. So for the moment that I started working as a freelance consultant, the first thing that came into my mind कि मुझे टेस्टिंग करनी है और मुझे क्वालिटी एश्योरेंस का काम करना है, and I'll work as a consultant QA. And it sounded, like something that is really easy to do. और मेरा एक्सपोजर ज़्यादातर रहा है जो वर्ल्ड वाइड टेस्टिंग कम्युनिटी है उसके साथ काफ़ी ज़्यादा इंटरेक्शंस रही हैं, उनसे काफ़ी चीज़ें मैंने सीखी हैं. मैं उनके साथ बहुत सारी वर्कशॉप्स की हैं और अटेंड की हैं. मेरे जहन में ये था कि ये सारा काम वो लोग वहाँ बैठ के कर रहे हैं, तो ये काम मैं पाकिस्तान से कर सकती हूँ. मैं यहाँ पर आई बिकम अ टेस्टिंग कंसल्टेंट एंड आई हेल्प कंपनीज with testing their products. But I realized that this wasn't something that was in demand, and there were like hundreds and thousands of testers around the globe, and जो टेस्टिंग सर्विसेज थी वो बहुत चीप थी. तो अगर आप अभी भी अपवर्क पे जाएंगे और आप टेस्टिंग की जॉब्स देखेंगे तो $10, $8, $6 तक आपको जॉब्स मिलेंगी. अगर कोई बहुत हाई पेइंग जॉब भी होगी तो वो $20 एन आवर होगी. बहुत ज़्यादा हाई पेइंग जॉब्स नहीं है, बिकॉज मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम in people's mind it is a non-technical kind of work, so they do not value it a lot. तो वो इतना ज़्यादा उसके लिए पे नहीं करते. I realized that this cannot work in a sense, because I wanted to become someone who's known for that level of expertise. और मुझे जो है वो चीप काम नहीं करना था, मुझे बहुत सारे पैसे चाहिए थे अपनी सर्विसेज के लिए. तो what I did was I started seeing कि जो मेरे आस पास जो कंसल्टेंट्स थे, सो जो सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट बात है वो ये है कि टेक इज़ नॉट द ओनली कंसल्टिंग रिलेटेड फील्ड. बहुत सारे लोग हैं जो बहुत सारे डिफरेंट एरियाज में कंसल्टिंग करते हैं. तो व्हाट आई स्टार्टेड डूइंग वाज टू स्टार्ट ऑब्जर्विंग कंसल्टेंट्स अराउंड द ग्लोब इन डिफरेंट सर्विसेज. सो बिजनेस कंसल्टेंट्स, एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप के कंसल्टेंट्स, फिनटेक के कंसल्टेंट्स, फाइनेंशियल एंड पेमेंट से रिलेटेड कंसल्टेंट्स हैं, कंटेंट से रिलेटेड कंसल्टेंट्स हैं, मार्केटिंग कंसल्टेंट्स हैं, डिजिटल एडवर्टाइजमेंट के कंसल्टेंट्स हैं, digital PR के consultants हैं. So I started exploring a lot of these people and seeing their content and seeing their profile to see कि क्या वो चीज़ है जो आप उससे learn कर सकते हैं. A lot of times people ask you to take a look at someone who's ahead of you in the same field. तो उससे क्या होता है कि आपका विजन नैरो हो जाता है. आप सिर्फ यही सोचते रहते हैं कि अच्छा आज मैं ये हूँ, कल मुझे ये बनना है, तो जो पाथ इस बंदे ने अडेप्ट किया है वही मैं कर सकती हूँ और इसके अलावा मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकती. सो व्हाट आई डिड वाज प्रीटी अनकन्वेंशनल इन द सेंस that I wanted to see that how can I frame my services in a way that I can sell the way these people sell, and I can charge a top work like a technology consultant does. तो उसके बाद नेक्स्ट स्टेप ये आया कि आई स्टार्टेड थिंकिंग कि अच्छा क्वालिटी एश्योरेंस या टेस्टिंग के अंदर बहुत सारे प्रॉब्लम्स हैं। पहला प्रॉब्लम ये है कि आपको एक वाइड रेंज ऑफ डिवाइसेस रिक्वायर्ड हैं ऐप टेस्टिंग के लिए, और आपके पास जो है वो मल्टीपल डिवाइसेस हैं, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर आपको रिक्वायर्ड है। इसके अलावा यू ऑल्सो नीड टू हैव अ लॉट ऑफ नॉलेज इन टर्म्स ऑफ सेटिंग अप थिंग्स। आपके पास टेक्नोलॉजी नॉलेज ऑफ कोर्स रिक्वायर्ड है। तो वो वाला पार्ट वाज कवर्ड, बट द पार्ट अबाउट हैविंग ओनिंग a whole lot of devices, and then organizations telling you that we want you to test on these devices, and if you don't have those devices then that becomes a problem. So मुझे ये realize हुआ कि this is not something that I would want to get into, and I do not even want to have a team or hire other people to use their devices and ask them to test things. So I moved towards the work that I was doing at that time, but that was project management, और मैं टेक्नोलॉजी प्रोजेक्ट मैनेजमेंट कर रही थी। सो उसके अंदर एक और प्रॉब्लम ये था कि जब इवन दो पीपल वर रियली ओपन, आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट 2011-12 की मैं बात कर रही हूँ, पीपल वर ओपन टू हायरिंग पीपल अब्रॉड, but it was not very known to have a project manager sitting in Pakistan managing a team in UK or US or Australia. और उसके अंदर एक और प्रॉब्लम ये था कि जो है वो टाइमिंग्स का कॉन्फ्लिक्ट था, और बहुत सारी चीज़ें थी। इवन दो आई एम अ नॉक्टर्नल पर्सन एंड फॉर मी late nights work the best, still there were a lot of logistical issues, and project manager उनको वो चाहिए होता है जो यूजुअली टीम के साथ बहुत क्लोजली काम कर रहा होता है, तो रिमोट was becoming a bit of a problem for me. Then I further started thinking it out that how can I do that, and then I got a chance to talk to someone, and she was basically a content marketing a consultant, and I was talking to her and I told her that this is the work that I do, and I'm facing a difficulty in how to sell those services and how to build a clientele. So I have few very good clients in the US and in the Bay Area, but other than that कोई और नहीं है, कोई नई बिजनेस डेवलपमेंट नहीं हो रही है, और ये वो क्लाइंट्स है जिनके साथ मैं बहुत सालों से काम करते आ रही हूँ। So I want to kind of diversify myself, my skill set, my services, as well as have more clients. No matter these are big clients or smaller clients, I'm happy with having multiple smaller clients, but I want to do work with multiple people to learn more, because जितने projects पे आप काम करते हैं उतनी आपकी learning होती है। So she told me that she said that can you work like the way I do, and I asked her how is that, and she said what I do is that I give them the strategy, but I'm not the person who's designing content or who's developing content for them, so I help them with strategy. Rest of the things I connect them with further consultants, and rather than getting paid from those consultants for referrals, I just do it without any monetary benefits to it. The reason being, I want to give them top-notch referrals. I want my customers to get to the top-notch people who work in that area. So I'm charging top buck from my customer, but I do not care about getting money from those other consultants. But that's why I'm able to maintain quality. And that idea kind of struck me that, okay, yeah, this is something that can be done. So rather than just telling them that please hire a team and I'll be the project manager, I can help them hunt down a company locally or internationally, and then become the bridge between that company, that service provider company, and the client. And that can help me in terms of understanding the business. I am the person mostly being the product owner and product manager of whatever the work that we are doing, as well as it added a lot of knowledge to my own, and a lot of skills to my own um, own skill set. So I learned a lot in terms of working with different kinds of companies. So right now मैं एक company के साथ, एक service provider company के साथ काम कर रही हूँ. They are based in Ukraine. They have a very different type of culture and the way they work and whatever they do. So I'm learning from them, even though I'm the person kind of who came with concept notes of that product, and then expanded the product and gave them the idea, and now they are building it for me. But at the same time, I am learning from them in terms of understanding their culture and how they approach a problem. Same goes with me working with other countries. So ये एक ये एक कॉन्टेक्स्ट है जो मैं आपको देना चाह रही हूँ in terms of how you can think about whatever your skill set is and how you can present it in terms of um, something that is unique. और वो जो idea था वो click कर गया, and for the past 3-4 years this is what I've been doing. So I have a client who comes to me with a product idea, और मैं उसकी टेक्निकल फीजिबिलिटी बना रही होती हूँ, बिजनेस फीजिबिलिटी बना रही होती हूँ, समटाइम्स आई एम डूइंग मार्केट रिसर्च, अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम्स आई एम डूइंग यूज़र इंटरव्यूज़. तो प्रोडक्ट मैनेजमेंट के अराउंड बहुत सारी एक्टिविटीज़ हैं जो मैं परफॉर्म कर रही होती हूँ. Then what I do is that I hunt down a good service provider company for them. Most of the service provider companies that I work with are in Pakistan, but a lot of them are outside of Pakistan as well, because कुछ cases में ऐसा होता है कि client is going to tell you that I do not want to outsource. I've hired you, it's fine, but I do not want to outsource the whole product to Pakistan. So then I find other companies, and then there's a whole way of evaluating a company कि जो promise कर रही है वो कर सकती है या नहीं कर सकती, और आप किस किस्म की communication उसके साथ रखेंगे so that आप अपना गोल अचीव कर सकते हैं उसके लिए. अच्छा, इसके अलावा सबसे पहले इसका फर्स्ट स्टेप ये है कि यू नीड टू नो वेयर यू स्टैंड. सो इन माय केस आई न्यू दैट I was someone who enjoyed software testing. I was someone who enjoyed product management. I was someone who enjoyed writing about things. So this is where I was standing, and then the next step was to me understanding that where I want to go and what I want to achieve. Then the next step is, of course, harnessing your network. So this is what I did. So the people that I knew who were already consultants, people I did not know, I just found them out via Google search, and I just went to their Twitter and dropped them a tweet that, hi, I'm an aspiring this and that, and I would love to talk to you about these things, or these are the 2 questions that I have. If you have time, let's chat about it. And in a lot of cases, people who got back to me, who were kind enough to give me time, I made sure that I do something nice for them in return, so that we build a relationship, and that relationship is two-way and not just me eating their head. So of course that was that. Then another problem with the work that I do is that I cannot have like a proper portfolio, because most of the products that I work with, उसके साथ हम NDA साइन करते हैं, NDA साइन कर रहे होते हैं, नॉन कम्पीट साइन कर रहे होते हैं, एक्सक्लूसिविटी के अग्रीमेंट साइन कर रहे होते हैं. सो फॉर एग्जांपल एक प्रोडक्ट है जो एक पूरा एक AI बेस्ड स्मार्ट नॉलेज मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम है, मैं उस पर काम कर रही हूँ, उसके साथ मैंने एक नॉन कम्पीट साइन किया हुआ है, एक्सक्लूसिविटी का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है. सो फॉर 5 years I cannot work in the same domain, and I cannot work with their they have given me a list of competitors जिनके साथ मैं काम नहीं कर सकती 5 साल के लिए. तो इस तरह के जब अग्रीमेंट्स होते हैं और नॉन डिस्क्लोजर अग्रीमेंट्स होते हैं, तो फिर आप उनको डिस्प्ले नहीं कर सकते, शोकेस नहीं कर सकते. तो उस सूरत में जब आप अपना एक पोर्टफोलियो बनाकर उसको शोकेस नहीं कर सकते, तो आप अपने आप को कैसे सेल करेंगे अपनी सर्विसेज को. और उसका सबसे अच्छा तरीका है दैट यू क्रिएट कंटेंट अराउंड द वर्क दैट यू डू. And this is something that I've also learned from a lot of local and international consultants, that rather than creating like a 20-page ka profile with a lot of portfolio, they have a website or a blog, or they are working. Just say I'm sure you guys must have heard about Faisal Khan, amazing, wonderful person, and he built his whole brand around Quora by writing Quora answers, and he's one of the best contributors at Quora, and wonderful story, wonderful success story. So again, it was his way of basically, I do not like to use that term, but it was his way of becoming a thought leader in that area. So this is what you need to do in terms of a freelancer, कि आपने अपने आप को as a thought leader, as an expert जो है वो recognize कराना है. और उसका एक तरीका ये है that you have to write about things. And if you do not enjoy writing, maybe you enjoy coming in front of a camera and talking about it, or even if you don't like camera and you're okay with podcasting, maybe that is the way to go about it. मेरे case में I enjoy writing about things as well as I enjoy ranting on Twitter. So that has also helped me in being known as someone with expertise in process optimization, expertise in product development and stuff like that. तो आपने वो content create करना है ताकि लोगों को पता हो कि आप क्या काम कर रहे हैं और किस बारे में काम करें. और उसके अंदर एक और काम मैं ये करती आई हूँ कि मैं बहुत ज़्यादा चीज़ें डॉक्यूमेंट करने की आदी हूँ. सो इफ़ आई एम वर्किंग ऑन अ प्रोडक्ट, आई एम गोइंग टू create a lesson learned document for that product. I'm going to write my experience around that product, and a lot of times I have them posted somewhere hidden, and then I'm going to link my potential clients to them that this was a product that I was working on. A lot of times उसमें product का नाम भी नहीं होता, लेकिन वो it's just me talking about the work that I've done to establish myself, to establish my credentials basically. And of course आपको जब आप portfolio बना लेंगे, अपनी एक थोड़ी सी शायद online branding आपको करनी पड़ेगी. I am not very good at marketing myself in the sense that I'm not a marketing person, but I know what I know and I can tell people that this is what I know, and I can tell them that this is what I don't know. So आपको शायद इसमें अपने आप को थोड़ा सा एक brand build करनी पड़ेगी. The most effort that I've put in terms of creating a brand was to just write things out and place things strategically at different places, so that when people search me, they find strategic items that I want them to see. Other than that, मैंने कोई ऐसी effort put नहीं की. But if you want to learn that, maybe you can get a bunch of books on that, or see a bunch of videos on YouTube and just learn how to do that. थोड़ा सा अपने आप को शायद आपको सर्च इंजन ऑप्टिमाइज भी करना पड़ेगा, ताकि जब लोग आपको सर्च करें तो they reach on your profile. So for me, there are 3 places that I want people to go. A, my Upwork profile, B, my Twitter, and C, my website, which is my blog. So these are the 3 places that I want people to land. So when you Google my name, you will see that these 3 things come in the top 5 links on Google. So वो थोड़ा सा आपको देखना पड़ेगा, उस पर थोड़ा सा काम करना पड़ेगा, and then you're good to go. Again, you need to also think about the industries that you want to work with. So in my case, I do not have a lot of not a lot. I think I do not have any experience working with fintech. Even though fintech is something that most people are interested in, and people say that in Pakistan it's the future of tech and stuff like that, लेकिन मेरा ना कभी इत्तेफाक हुआ और ना मेरा interest develop हुआ. So I've never worked for anything related to banking or insurance or mortgage or finance or whatever you name it. The company that I'm working with right now, they have developed Jazz Cash की application, but I do not have it on my phone and I've never seen the application. So ये वाला इस इंडस्ट्री के साथ मेरा इस किस्म का रिलेशनशिप है. लेकिन उसके अलावा और बहुत सारी इंडस्ट्रीज हैं जिसके साथ मेरे पास कुछ स्पेशलाइज स्किल सेट है. फॉर एग्जांपल लॉजिस्टिक्स, फॉर एग्जांपल ई-कॉमर्स, फॉर एग्जांपल ई-लर्निंग. these are the industry that I've worked with and I understand them. प्रोसेस ऑप्टिमाइजेशन के अंदर कंसल्टिंग है, ई-कॉमर्स है, इस तरह की चीज़ें हैं, उसमें मैंने काफ़ी ज़्यादा काम किया है. प्रोसेस ऑटोमेशन के ऊपर बहुत सारा काम किया है. तो वो मेरे नॉलेज एरियाज़ हैं. और तो अगेन आपने उस बारे में भी सोचना है कि वो कौन सी इंडस्ट्रीज़ हैं जो आपकी स्ट्रेंथ हैं. आई एम नॉट द काइंड ऑफ अ पर्सन हु वुड से येस टू एवरीथिंग. द रीज़न बीइंग कि इफ़ आई एम नॉट कंफर्टेबल विद दैट इंडस्ट्री या मेरी नॉलेज नहीं है, तो आई वुड रादर टेल देम कि मेरी नॉलेज नहीं है, देयर इज़ गोइंग टू बी अ लर्निंग कर्व, but I think it's interesting and I can do it, so I'll pick it up. In most cases I'll say no, I don't think I'm the right fit for that. तो आपने उसको भी देखना है कि जो भी चीज़ आप पिकअप कर रहे हैं वो है भी जो आप करना चाहते हैं. So learn to say no is going to be another thing. So how are you going to decide कि जो भी आपके पास टाइम है आप उसको किस तरह से इन्वेस्ट करेंगे so that you innovate as a freelancer? So in my case, there are 3 things that I have been doing and उसको मैंने मज़ीद fine tune किया है. So first was that because I'm the kind of a person who likes to read, so I read at least 1 book a week. So वो मैं पहले हर तरह की किताबें पढ़ी थी, देन मैंने उसको थोड़ा सा स्ट्रैटेजाइज किया. सो आई हैव पिछले 2 सालों में मेरा इंटरेस्ट बहुत ज़्यादा रहा जेंडर स्टडीज़ की तरफ. इस साल जो है वो मेरा बहुत ज़्यादा फोकस रहा है टुवर्ड्स the future of work as well as towards race conflicts. So again, even though अगर सोचा जाए तो शायद इसका कोई ताल्लुक नहीं लगता मेरे काम से, but you need to know about a lot of things when you're working as a consultant. You need to understand the world to work better with different kinds of people. उसके अलावा जो दूसरा काम मैंने किया, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया, future of work was something that I was looking at. Last year I've read a lot of books about product management. इस साल जो है वो मेरी एक बड़ी फेवरेट बुक रही डीप वर्क. इसके अलावा और भी कुछ किताबें मैंने इस साल पढ़ी जो बड़ी इंटरेस्टिंग थी. सो one was that. So from someone who was reading like without even strategizing it and just picking up a book because I like that book or I thought it would be interesting, I've started strategizing it in terms of कि ये कुछ books हैं जो इस साल में मुझे complete करनी है because these are related to the work that I'm doing. So one is that. The second is taking a look at YouTube for the kind of content that you need. So another thing that has kind of piqued my interest this year is understanding startup finance. So because मैं product management में काम करती हूँ और मेरे बहुत सारे customers entrepreneurs हैं. So product management की जो आपके matrices हैं या OKRs हैं या KPIs हैं वो तो मैं अंडरस्टैंड करती हूँ, ऑफ कोर्स वो मेरा काम है, लेकिन उसको कैसे ट्रांसलेट करते हैं एंटरप्रेन्योरियल फाइनेंस, आप एक कंपनी को या एक प्रोडक्ट को कैसे इवैल्यूएट करते हैं, वो सारी चीज़ें शायद इतनी ज़्यादा मेरी नॉलेज में नहीं थी. तो आई गॉट सेलेक्टेड फॉर अ प्रोग्राम विद इन्वेस्ट टू इनोवेट एंड दे जस्ट taught us for like 4 full days and told us about how to understand a startup and how to evaluate it and think about finance and think about investments. और उसके साथ जो दूसरा काम I've started doing is I've started exploring this area further in terms of understanding startup finance and I've picked up a bunch of books about it. तो वो एक area है जो I'm taking a look at very closely. I'm also taking a look at consumer psychology. So these are the things that I've started doing. So I'm watching a lot of YouTube videos about that. That is again very important. And the third part is of course e-learning and courses. I hate to admit it, but I have never been very good at online learning in the sense that online courses type learning. The first course that I ever completed was this year, which was a master class by Product School. Excellently made. Maybe because it was unconventional learning tha, in the sense that these were keynote style videos explaining concepts. So I really enjoyed it. But usual e-learning का जो जिस तरह की मैंने देखी हैं ई-लर्निंग की चीज़ें, वो मुझे इतना ज़्यादा इंटरेस्ट नहीं करती. लेकिन अब आहिस्ता आहिस्ता बिकॉज आई स्टार्टेड वर्किंग इन ई-लर्निंग इंडस्ट्री नाउ, सो आई एम ट्राइंग टू फिगर इट आउट फॉर माई सेल्फ इन द सेंस कि मैं अपने आप को कैसे इम्प्रूव कर सकती हूँ. इसके अलावा जो एक और चीज़ है वो ये है कि आपने बेसिकली चेंजिंग टाइम्स एंड चेंजिंग बिहेवियर्स को देखना है. तो जो भी सर्विसेज आप ऑफर कर रहे हैं क्या उसकी अब जगह है, और अगर उसकी जगह है तो वो कहाँ है. So you need to basically understand the gaps and then fill yourself in a way that you can fill those gaps. Of course आप content create करेंगे, आप client की needs को देखेंगे. So एक और काम जो मैंने करना शुरू किया अपने पुराने clients के साथ, that I would check in with them every couple of months and then just ask them that what are your problems right now, is there anything that I can help you, do you think my skill set is relevant for whatever you are trying to do and stuff like that. तो वो जो सवाल थे वो they were really insightful in terms of me understanding that what are the things people want me to know and I don't know, and maybe I should learn and upskill myself. So that is also really important. You need to be someone who's getting noticed by the right kind of clientele. For me, most of the work comes from referrals, in the sense that a friend of mine will refer someone to me, or an old client is going to refer someone to me. So बहुत सारा काम उस तरह आता है. लेकिन what I started doing is that I started working at Upwork, and then I started kind of strategically placing myself in different types of industries to learn and build a clientele. I've been working on Upwork for around I guess 3 years now, or a little over 3 years maybe. And I have not done a lot of projects there because मेरे projects usually long term होते हैं. So I've done around 20-25 projects on Upwork, and I've made around a couple of I don't know, should I talk about money right now? But I've made a significant amount of money from there, and from a $20 per hour rate, I've in 3 years I've multiplied it by 4. So that is also really important, that you learn to value your skill set and then know how to charge more. and that is my formula with most of the things. So if I think that I should charge, for example, someone $80 an hour for something, I'm going to charge them $100 an hour. So whatever you think uh, you whatever you think you should charge, you should always charge more than that, because a lot of times, especially for women, because a lot of times we undervalue our skill set and we don't know how to sell our services well. So it's extremely important that you know how to charge well. um, and of course it's a long haul game. So it's not that working as a freelancer or working as an independent consultant is not that कि मैं घर में free हूँ और मेरे पास कुछ करने को नहीं है, so let's do something. It's not like that. It's like you investing in a career, in a long term career. And it's about building a reputation, so it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort for you to do the right thing at the right time, and then of course move strategically. So जैसे businesses अपना career action बेसिकली ग्रोथ एक्शन प्लान बनाते हैं, तो आप अपने करियर के लिए ग्रोथ एक्शन प्लान बना सकते हैं कि अगले 6 महीने में, 1 साल में मैं क्या क्या काम करना चाह रही हूँ और मैं उसे कैसे अचीव करूँगी. So not like a million goals in 6 months, 2 goals in 6 months, but you need to make sure that you reach those goals. And of course you need to find a fresh and unconventional niche. So in my case, being a product manager, helping them with product feasibility, finding their users, interviewing their users, strategizing the product, writing concepts note, building a backlog, sometimes building wireframes as well, and then finding a company and connecting them and comparing different companies. And this is the kind of service that I do, that I give away, that I give. So it's a very unconventional service in the sense that mostly product management consultants do not do that. They would rather get hired in a company as a consultant than become the person responsible for the whole product, right? So वो एक unconventional service है which I'm doing, and that's why it's different from the other people who are working on it. आपने सर्विसेज अपनी डिफरेंट तरीके से बनानी है, ब्रांड न्यू सर्विसेज बनानी है, एंड यू शुड नेवर प्ले ऑन प्राइस. सो दिस इज समथिंग दैट आई हैव लर्नड. दो लेसन्स हैं इसके अंदर. पहली बात ये कि आपने प्राइस पे कॉम्प्रोमाइज़ नहीं करना, आपने प्राइस पे प्ले नहीं करना. तो अगर मुझे पता है कि मेरे क्लाइंट का बजट है $1,000 किसी चीज़ के लिए, सो आई वुड डेफिनेटली टेल देम what I think the right budget should be. I would never play safe in terms of telling them कि अच्छा आपका budget 1,000 है तो I'll do it in 1,000. That's not how it works. So you need to know that how much money they should be paying you for the work done, and then you need to ask it no matter what their budget is. Step number 1. Step number 2, if it's a great client, if it's a client that you really love or enjoy working with, I would not even think about the price twice. So बहुत सारे ऐसे केसेस हैं जहाँ मेरे बहुत सारे क्लाइंट्स हैं जिनके साथ मैंने काम किया और उसको बहुत इन्जॉय किया. सो इन मोस्ट ऑफ द केसेस, if they will tell me, and I know most of them are very honest and they understand the value of my work, so they'll say कि अच्छा you're charging $85 or $90 an hour for this, but my budget is maybe 70 or maybe 60. But I think if you want to consider it, maybe that could be a good project. And if I see that the client is good, and the client is going to add to my learning, and the client is going to add value to my portfolio, and the client is a good person, I'm going to jump right at it, because I do not care about money at that time. Because a client who is a good client, जिसके साथ आपको काम करने में मजा आ रहा हो, it's worth getting your price down for. लेकिन अगर आपको लगे कि कोई continuously ये कर रहा है and someone is taking advantage of that, तो you have to be really careful about that. But do not play on the price. So आप ये नहीं कहेंगे कि जी बराबर, ये दुकान नहीं है, राइट? इट्स अ नॉलेज इकोनॉमी. सो ये इस तरह नहीं है कि आप कहें कि जी बराबर वाली दुकान में वो चीज़ 1,000 की मिल रही है, मैं 990 की दे रहा हूँ, आप मुझसे ले लें. You do not play on price. You play on value added services. You play on the work's quality. You play on how you communicate with the client. So वो जो चीज़ें हैं, वो value added services हैं, उनकी वजह से you are charging them more, because you have spent a lot of time and energy in building a skill set, and you have the right experience, so you deserve to be paid whatever you are asking for. And of course, whatever you are doing, you have to be very authentic to yourself and whatever your message is. So in my case, everyone who knows me know the kind of person I am, and know the kind of perks that I am, because I am a person who's, even though I'm not a very open person, or I'm not the kind of a person who would like to share a lot of things about my personal life online, but at the same time there are things that I'm really really open about. So I would openly talk about toxic work cultures, or I would openly talk about the failures that I've seen, or I would openly talk about mental health challenges with associated with different things about being a woman in tech, or about I would pick up fights about inclusion and diversity and stuff like that. So people who know me know who I am, and they also know that I have trouble with the things that I have trouble with. So you don't have to showcase yourself as someone who is sitting on a pedestal and someone who's high up than anyone else. You have to be authentic and you have to be yourself. तो वो बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. अगेन आपको अपना कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट ज़रूर बनाना है. एक वैल्यू सिस्टम हर एक बंदे का होता है, तो आपने वो वैल्यू सिस्टम अपने लिए बनाना है. मेरे केस में कुछ ऐसी चीज़ें हैं जिनके साथ जिनके ऊपर मैं कॉम्प्रोमाइज़ नहीं कर सकती. सो इफ़ इट्स अ प्रोडक्ट दैट इज़ रिलेटेड टू मे बी स्मोकिंग, मे बी tobacco, alcohol, if it's a product related to adult industry, if it's a product related to um, MLM, it's a product related to some kind of health and wellness products that I do not think should be there, or should and who look shady to me, I'm not going to work for them. So I have a specific code of conduct for myself. I am not the kind of a person, in most cases, I am not the kind of a person who would look for like a heavy advance before I start working, because most of the people that I work with are either working with me via escrow or via Upwork, or they have come via a referral. But in a lot of cases, I'm very strict about the things that the rules that I've put in place, in terms of that these are my code of conduct, and I want you to just um, you know agree to them while we are working together, because it's extremely important for me that you agree to them. um, Another thing that you can tap into is of course e-learning. मैंने उसका पहले भी जिक्र किया. मेरे उसके साथ थोड़े से challenges हैं, लेकिन ज़रूरी नहीं है कि बाकी लोगों के भी हों. तो there are amazing resources available for you online, and most of them are free, that you can upskill yourself. So अभी जैसे मैंने आपको बताया, entrepreneurial finance was something that I'm learning. Consumer psychology is another thing that I'm learning this year. So there are a bunch of things that I'm working very hard for, in terms of skilling up myself and be able to talk about those things and be able to help other people with those things. And of course learn by doing, that is another thing that is really important. So बहुत सारे केसेस में मेरे साथ ऐसा हुआ है कि कोई नया काम आया है और वो मैंने इससे पहले कभी नहीं किया, और मुझे someone who has hired me has told me कि ये काम करना है. So मेरा यूजुअल स्टांस ये होता है कि I'll tell them that I don't know that, but I can definitely try, and there is going to be a learning curve, but I will learn it. So so yeah, I'm usually the person who's going to dive headfirst into it. जैसे अभी I'm working with Aciano Technologies as a full-time senior product manager. I'm seeing a lot of their internal products जो वो बना रहे हैं. कुछ लॉन्च होने वाली है, कुछ हो गई हैं. तो उसमें अभी हमें ज़रूरत पड़ी थोड़ी सी ऐप स्टोर ऑप्टिमाइजेशन की और कुछ SEO से रिलेटेड काम की, and we did not have any SEO in the team. And I said to the CEO that if you can wait, I can learn it and I can do it. And he's like, sure, be my guest. And I started doing a course on Udemy to learn it. I'm halfway through my SEO course, learning a lot about app store optimization, and most probably we are going to implement that in the next few weeks. So yeah, again, you need to be someone who can say yes to things that you think you're comfortable with and you can learn. अगर कोई ऐसी चीज़ें जो आपको लगता है आप नहीं सीख सकते, या आपका कोई बैरियर है, तो you also need to be very open about that. तो अगर कोई मुझे ये कहता है कि ग्राफिक डिज़ाइन सीख लो, तो आई एम गोइंग टू से नो टू देम, बिकॉज आई एम अ पर्सन हु डू नॉट have a lot of design sense as such. So I don't think I should get into it. It's going to waste a lot of time, my time and the other person's time as well. And then of course कुछ इसमें पॉइंट्स ये हैं कि आपने जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कि आप दूसरी इंडस्ट्री के कंसल्टेंट्स के साथ सीखते हैं, इसी तरह आप जब दूसरी इंडस्ट्री के क्लाइंट्स के साथ काम करते हैं, तो या तो आपके कुछ बड़े स्पेसिफिक टेक वाले क्लाइंट होते हैं ना, जो खुद टेक सेवी होते हैं, लेकिन बहुत सारे ऐसे क्लाइंट्स हैं जिनका टेक से कोई ताल्लुक नहीं है. जैसे अभी आई एम वर्किंग ऑन अ प्रोडक्ट विच इज़ basically the future of vending machine. And वो जो client है, the client is a pure business client who do not have any knowledge of technology, but the person has a whole lot of knowledge about this vending machine business and a lot of other related businesses. So for me, शायद बहुत सारी चीज़ें मैं सिखा रही हूँ टेक्नोलॉजी के हवाले से, लेकिन उसे कहीं ज़्यादा मैं एब्जॉर्ब कर रही हूँ इन टर्म्स ऑफ अंडरस्टैंडिंग द बिजनेस, एंड नॉट जस्ट बिजनेस ऑफ vending machines or operating vending machines, but actually about the business culture in his native country. So वो जो information है, वो जो knowledge है, that is really important for you as a freelancer, as a consultant, कि आपको different countries, different cultures में लोग किस तरह से काम करते हैं, कैसे behave करते हैं, उसकी काफ़ी ज़्यादा tacit knowledge होनी चाहिए, which is very helpful when you're working with different clients. एक और जो इम्पॉर्टेंट चीज़ है वो है ऑप्टिमाइजिंग योर वर्क प्रोसेसेस एंड योर स्पेस. इट्स एक्सट्रीमली इम्पॉर्टेंट. मैं ये बात रिपीटेडली हर एक को कहती हूँ, बिकॉज मैं पिछले 6 साल से आई एम वर्किंग फ्रॉम होम, एंड no matter what happens, do not work from your bed until unless you are really sick, because you need to have a proper place to feel like you're working, and then that kind of optimizes everything around that. So for me, I get up in the morning, I get done my morning things that I need to do, and then I bring a cup of tea, and then I'm here at my desk, and I only work from here. So when I'm up from here, there's no work that is being done, and most of the times I basically turn the Wi-Fi off my phone as well, so that Wi-Fi and data package off my phone as well, because I do not want to get in touch with anyone when I'm off my desk. So वो ज़रूरी है. So when I'm here, my mind is focused on work, but when I'm out of this room, then I do not care about what is happening here. So वो optimize करना बहुत ज़रूरी है. आपको आपकी work space होना ज़रूरी है. I live in Karachi. Karachi is known for a lot of apartments, and people do not have a lot of spaces. So in my case, I'm lucky. We are just 3 people in this household, so I can afford to have like a big room to myself where I can have like different things that I like. But even if you don't have that, even if you only have your bedroom, maybe have a desk there, and do not work from your bed, or do not work from your couch or your sofa or whatever that is. Have a proper work desk so that you can feel like a professional, work like a professional, avoid a lot of back pain issues, and then be presentable when you're on video calls, because as a consultant, a lot of my time spends in talking to people, and because I'm in Karachi and my clients are all around the world, so आपको बहुत सारी वीडियो कॉल्स होती हैं. तो अगर मैं बिस्तर पे बैठ के ये काम, बेड पे बैठ के काम कर रही हूँ, या यहाँ पे आपको नज़र आ रहा होगा, यहाँ पर मेरा एक रीडिंग नोट बना हुआ है, अगर मैं इधर बैठ के बात कर रही हूँ, तो दैट डज नॉट लुक वेरी प्रोफेशनल. सो आई नीड टू हैव माई ओन प्लेस वेयर आई एम वर्किंग फ्रॉम. And then of course, you need to optimize your routine in terms of when do you work the best. So for me, ya to early morning or late at night, these are the time that I really work the best. But if I haven't slept well, like today, so working late at night is going to be a problem. So for today, because today was a very rough day in terms of work, in terms of other things as well. So I'm going to just call it a night once I'm done with this. Like, usually I work very well from 11 p.m. till like 1 a.m. and then in the morning, very early morning. So वो आपने अपना वर्क प्रोसीजर ऑप्टिमाइज करना है उस हिसाब से. दूसरा आपने बहुत सारे प्रोडक्टिविटी, जैसे आपने देखा होगा बहुत सारे लोग बहुत सारे प्रोडक्टिविटी के टूल्स यूज़ करते हैं. आई लव यूजिंग टूल्स, बट एट द सेम टाइम आई डू नॉट लाइक अ लॉट ऑफ टूल्स. सो अगर किसी के पास किसी के 3 डिफरेंट कैलेंडर्स हैं जो रोज़ सिंक होते हैं, it's going to give me a lot of anxiety. So I use one tool, and that is Asana. So everything, my whole day is planned in it. So I'm the person who really enjoys cooking and who really enjoys taking care of my household. So I also kind of block a time out of my day to do that. From sorting my emails to spot checking the communities that I run, to taking a look at the progress at the boot camp or whatever that may be. I plan everything in a day, and these are repeated tasks that happen every day. So I need to be productive. So I need to make sure that I do not forget anything. So whatever that is, whatever I need to do, that goes into my calendar. So rather than having like an Outlook calendar and a Google calendar and a 20 different applications. I have just one Asana that I take a look at when I get up in the morning and when I'm going to bed at night. So so yeah, you need to have like it one system, one singular space where everything is there, so that you can holistically view your engagements and your work. um, yeah, and the last thing is about setting some SOPs for onboarding your clients. So, what is the difference between someone who's established consultant and someone who's just a newbie freelancer? Is how they approach the client and how they kind of deal with onboarding a client and then completing the work. So in my case, if someone comes up to me, the first thing that I do is I initiate a project in my Asana, and then I'm going to create a project brief. A lot of times on the first call, while the client is talking, I'm asking like a million questions and taking a lot of notes. And once the call is done, I'm going to debrief with myself with my notes, and then I'm going to create a project brief, and then I'm going to send it to the client that this is what I've observed, or these are the things that I've learned, and this is what I think you need. And maybe if a quote is required, I'm going to send them a quote. If I need to ask them another million questions, I'm going to send them another million questions about the project. And this shows them that you are not the person who is just listening to them and who just wants their money and get the job done no matter what kind of quality that goes. You are actually interested in the work that they are doing, and you are carefully listening and you are documenting things. क्योंकि जब आप डॉक्यूमेंट करते हैं तो फिर वो आपकी एक अकाउंटेबिलिटी उसके साथ क्रिएट होती है. तो वो ऑनबोर्डिंग का एक प्रोसेस है. आई एम गोइंग टू टेल देम कि ये टाइम मेरे कैलेंडर में अवेलेबल है. बहुत सारी मीटिंग्स होती हैं. मेरी एक फुल टाइम जॉब है जनवरी से. सो जनवरी सुबह से लेके शाम तक, लाइक 10 AM to 7 PM आई एम एट वर्क. एंड देन उसके बाद all the my consulting work starts after 7 PM till like 11 or 12 in the 12 AM, and then most of it goes early in the morning the next day as well. So so yeah, very hectic day, but it's very fulfilling in terms of learning, and fulfilling in terms of learning new things and meeting with new people and working on interesting things, and building like a great portfolio for yourself. So, and of course making a lot of money, yeah, that also counts. So yeah, that. And you also need to have proper milestones and proper formats that you do. So I use FreshBooks for generating my invoices. If I'm working on Upwork, तो Upwork की एक अपनी टाइम एप्लीकेशन है टाइम ट्रैकिंग की, आप वो यूज़ कर लें. अगर मैं वो यूज़ नहीं कर रही और मुझे वैसे ही आवर्स लॉग करने हैं, तो मैं फ्रेश बुक्स का टाइमर चलाकर अपना काम कर रही होती हूँ और मैं उसके बाद उसको लॉग कर रही होती हूँ. आई एम जनरेटिंग प्रॉपर इनवॉइसेस. आई एम कीपिंग ट्रैक ऑफ माई प्रोजेक्ट्स बाय क्रिएटिंग अ प्रोजेक्ट शीट दैट हैज़ ऑल द प्रोजेक्ट दैट आई हैव डन, कब स्टार्ट हुए, कब खत्म हुए, कितने माइलस्टोन्स थे, क्लाइंट कौन था, ऑल द इन्फॉर्मेशन दैट इज देयर. सो इवन दो आई हैव एन NDA with a client that I cannot showcase it publicly on my website, I can still have the record that who have I worked with and what have I done and what have I achieved and what were the deliverables and stuff like that. So ये कुछ processes हैं जो आपको अपने लिए build करने पड़ेंगे. ज़रूरी नहीं है कि जो processes मेरे हैं वो आपके लिए भी useful हों, but you'll have to figure it out yourself कि आपके काम में, आपके area में कौन से processes जो हैं वो important है. And then when you're working as a freelance consultant, you also need to think about the platform that you're working at. Yeah, so बहुत सारे लोग will pick Fiverr, बहुत सारे लोग will pick People Per Hour, बहुत सारे लोग will pick Freelancer.com, some will pick Upwork. मेरा जो Upwork के साथ जो connection रहा वो उस वक्त था जब वो Odesk था, and they hired me to go to a few universities and talk about freelancing. बहुत सालों पहले की बात है, like I don't know, 9-8 years ago I guess. And then they became Upwork, और उसके बाद जो है वो one of my very dear friend Maria Omar started an agency on Upwork, and she said that can you just fix your profile and be added in our agency and maybe pick a few projects. And I was like, why not? And from there the journey started, in terms of I realized that it has a lot of worth and I can get very good work from there and make a portfolio for myself. So my Upwork profile also works as my portfolio in some aspects, in the sense that I can show people that this is my feedback, I'm a top rated freelancer, this is my hourly rate, this is the money that I've made and stuff like that. um, तो वो बड़ा ज़रूरी है। इस साल में मेरा एक और गोल ये था, अब आई एम नॉट श्योर कि वो गोल मेरा पूरा होगा, बिकॉज वी आर ऑलमोस्ट हाफ वे डन विद द ईयर and I haven't done anything about it, but there is another freelancing platform called TopTal and I'm really looking forward to kind of explore it. Upwork का जैसे एक एंट्री बैरियर है, TopTal का उससे ज़्यादा खतरनाक एंट्री बैरियर है, but I want to kind of explore it and see how I can build a portfolio there as well. So yeah, again, you have to pick a platform and you have to ensure that platform aligns with your goals. Fiverr doesn't work for me. People per hour doesn't work for me. A lot of other platforms not hold any value for me in terms of the kind of work that I want to do is not there, and the kind of money I want to charge and the kind of clients that I want to get are not there. So you have to identify that as well. So yeah, these were the pointers that I had. Aris, if you're there, if people have any questions, people who are seeing this live, I'm happy to, answer any questions that they have. If they want to have any resources, I would be happy to help them with that. Okay, live comments. Oh yeah, thank you. So Sundar Khalid, go. Thank you, Sundar. Um, thank you, Yasser. Thank you, Mozma. Sumaya Salahuddin, could you please share your experience in learning customer psychology and entrepreneurial finance? Yeah, so customer psychology ke liye what I did is that I watched a lot of content on YouTube, and then I started reading about it in product development. इसके अलावा मैंने कुछ किताबें पढ़ी अभी, एक मैंने किताब पढ़ी है अभी, उसका नाम है हुक्ड, एक और किताब मैंने पढ़ी है उसका नाम है नज. Another book that is in my to be read pile. I'm forgetting the name of it. That is also a very great book about consumer psychology. So yeah, and in entrepreneurial finance, um, my interest peaked when I was in WomenX program. That was back in 2013-14, and they taught us a little bit about finance. मैंने इंजीनियरिंग में मास्टर्स किया है, उसमें फाइनेंशियल मैनेजमेंट का एक कोर्स होता था, और उसके अलावा और एक अकाउंटिंग का कोर्स होता था अंडर ग्रेड लेवल पे. उसके अलावा मेरा कोई ताल्लुक कभी फाइनेंस से नहीं रहा. लेकिन जब मैंने विमेन एक्स प्रोग्राम में वो पढ़ा तो इट वाज रियली इंटरेस्टिंग seeing at it, not just the, the money floating in the market, but how it relates to the products that you're building. So for me, it's प्रोडक्ट मैनेजमेंट के साथ वो कैसे कनेक्ट होता है. तो अभी मैं वो पढ़ रही हूँ. I2I इन्वेस्ट टू इनोवेट की वेबसाइट पे आप जाएंगी, वहाँ बहुत सारी रिपोर्ट्स हैं, बहुत सारी रिसोर्सेज हैं. यू कैन टेक अ लुक एट देम. आई एम स्लोली एंड ग्रेजुअली एक्सप्लोरिंग देम. अभी जो है वो कुछ बुक्स हैं जो मेरे जहन में हैं विच आई वांट टू रीड, एंड उसमें एक बुक का नाम है मिसबिहेव that I'm taking a look at, and another and a few more books that I'm taking a look at, just because I want to know more about how people make money decisions and how people buy things and how people think about products and things that are around them, and how marketing or how presenting something or pitching something and influence their decision making. Could you please share how to become part of your blockchain project? If you're talking about CryptoChicksPakistan, yeah, if you're talking about CryptoChicksPakistan, what you need to do is you can just send me an inbox. उसके अंदर दो चीज़ें हैं, एक तो हमारा एक हैकाथॉन होता है और दूसरा हमारा एक ब्लॉकचेन AI and blockchain learning program है, which is an online program. So you can write to me and I'm going to connect you with the team. You can get a subsidized access to the online learning platform for 6 months and get yourself certified in blockchain and AI, whatever you want. And if you want to be a part of hackathon, you are a bit late because हमारा जो एक virtual online hackathon था वो last week खत्म हुआ है. तो अब जब next hackathon होगा तो you can definitely be a part of it. And if you want to volunteer for something, I can definitely connect you with our team. So they can take a look at it and help you. What is your checklist for new clients? Okay, that's a very good question. Okay, so मेरे I've been working in the tech industry for 10 years and 6 years as an independent consultant. That is a lot of years to create a set of heuristics for yourself. मेरी checklist में पहला ये है कि when I'm talking to a client, I need them to be as open as I am. And I would love them to propose to me in terms of send me a bunch of contracts and send me a bunch of things, and if they're proper and they have proper documents and they have proper NDAs, and that is like really great. अगर कोई client आता है और कहता है ये काम है अभी कर दो और अभी पैसे ले लो या कल पैसे ले लेना, so this is not who I'm going to work with. So if a client is very organized, it really helps me in terms of अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि उनको क्या चाहिए. तो अगर क्लाइंट प्रॉपर जो है वो इंटेंट के साथ आया है एंड द क्लाइंट इज प्रिपेयर्ड, दैट इज ग्रेट. देयर आर फ्यू टाइप्स ऑफ इंडस्ट्रीज आई हैव ऑलरेडी मेंशन्ड दैट आई डोंट वर्क विद. If I see that a client is trying to scam me or lying to me or is not up for working in a proper way, or they want me to take a look at someone's work and copy it, तो फिर I'm a lot of times I'm just really uncomfortable with that, so I'll say no. इसके अलावा आपने ये देखना है कि आप किन क्लाइंट्स के साथ आपके वर्क एथिक्स मिलते हैं. So for me, it's extremely difficult for work with people or organizations in Middle East because unka pace and the way they communicate is different from how I have been working. 10 साल मैंने US और UK मार्केट के साथ काम किया है, तो उसके मुकाबले में वो एक बहुत बड़ा कल्चरल डिफरेंस है. तो वो एक मार्केट है जहाँ पे मैंने ज़्यादा काम नहीं किया, एंड आई वुडंट इवन वांट टू एक्सप्लोर इट फर्दर. अभी एक रीसेंट बहुत बुरा एक्सपीरियंस भी मेरा रहा है मिडल ईस्ट के अंदर, तो उसके बाद तो मैं काफ़ी ज़्यादा कॉशियस हो गई हूँ. इसके अलावा और कुछ इस तरह की चीज़ें हैं कि अगर मुझे कोई क्लाइंट अपवर्क पे मिल रहा है या मैं किसी से कह रही हूँ कि लेट्स वर्क वाया एस्क्रो, and the person says no because they think I'm being unfaithful to them, or I'm going to run away with their money and stuff like that, then I simply just refuse them because I do not want to kind of beg them to give me that work, or I do not want to kind of spend my time justifying myself or making them believe on who I am as a person. So if the person is like very not trusting in the first few meetings, a lot of times I just refuse to work with them because it will become really difficult, and especially when your work is like mine, like it's very very intellectual in the sense that there is most of the times there is nothing concrete other than just written documents or logs or records or designs. So एक चीज को चाहे वो 4 पेज की हो, it could have taken you like 40 hours to write that down because it required a lot of thinking. तो अगर वो कोई ट्रस्टिंग क्लाइंट नहीं है तो फिर दैट विल बिकम अ प्रॉब्लम. WomenX, how was your experience with WomenX? It was great. I was in the first batch of WomenX, first cohort from Karachi, which was the first ever cohort of WomenX. I took my classes at IBA, and then in the phase 2 I was matched up with a mentor. Jihara was my mentor. So yeah, wonderful experience. Any advice for someone looking to enter tech from a non-tech field in their early 30s? Is freelancing the right way to start for them? No, start with learning. So if you are in Karachi, नहीं, अभी तो we are also doing a virtual bootcamp, but I run a coding bootcamp called CodeGirls. It's a free coding bootcamp, and you can join it. The first phase is basic web design and development, and the next phase is advanced programming and अदर फील्ड्स इज वेल. उसमें हम SQA पढ़ा रहे होते हैं, UX पढ़ा रहे होते हैं, उस तरह की चीज़ें. तो उसका फ़ायदा ये है कि व्हेन यू गेट इनटू द बूट कैंप एंड कंप्लीट इट सक्सेसफुली, इफ़ यू आर फ्रॉम द टॉप 14 गर्ल्स फ्रॉम द बोथ phases, you get IT infrastructure from us, so we give you a laptop or a tab or whatever, and then we also try to place you in the industry. If you're very new to tech and you're completely non-technical and you want to do tech freelancing, then it will become really difficult. So joining a boot camp and then learning from there, and then maybe establishing a career in tech would be a good idea. But if you want to do non-tech freelancing, like which is not related to coding or product development, then I think you can definitely do that. You only need a working space, an internet connection, a good laptop, and a bank account, and that's about it. Have you done any work in the prop tech sector, construction industry? No, I haven't. No experience in that. Is it so that initially you are no successful with winning bids at Upwork? What is strategy to win bids? Yes, it takes a lot of time. So it took me 4 महीने to get my first project, and 3 महीने to get my first response. And in those 3 months, I kept on redoing my proposals, redoing my profile. I think मेरी Upwork की profile में अभी तक कोई शायद over 100 times edit कर चुके हैं. I keep on updating it, keep on checking it कि क्या response आ रहा है, इस cover letter से ज़्यादा जवाब आ रहा है या इससे ज़्यादा जवाब आ रहा है. And you have to be very careful what kind of projects that you're bidding on. So अगर किसी के ऊपर already 10 से ज़्यादा proposals हैं, उस job पे apply करने का कोई फ़ायदा नहीं है, because वो जो है वो जो first काम जो है वो first serve होता है, यानी वो सबसे top पे आ रहा होता है. तो अगर already उसमें 15, 20, 25 proposal हैं, तो आपकी bid तक जाने से पहले वो hiring कर चुका होगा in most cases. So you have to be very careful about that. So लेस देन 5 proposals, लेस देन 10 proposals पे अप्लाई करें. टेस्ट रन करते रहें अपना राइटिंग स्टाइल इन टर्म्स ऑफ विनिंग प्रोजेक्ट्स. आज मैंने जिस कंपनी को ज्वाइन किया है उनके लिए मैंने अपवर्क पे एजेंसी स्टार्ट की है. जनवरी में स्टार्ट की है. जनवरी से लेके अभी तक हम 2 प्रोजेक्ट्स वहाँ पे हमने कंप्लीट किए हैं. 6 महीने में 2 प्रोजेक्ट्स, एंड उनकी जो वर्थ है दैट इज़ अराउंड समवेयर अराउंड $4,000. ज़्यादा बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं है, बिकॉज उस कंपनी की एजेंसी के अंदर सिर्फ 2 लोग हैं जो कि टॉप रेटेड फ्रीलांसर्स हैं. तो आपको अगर आप एजेंसी बना रहे हैं तो यू नीड टू हैव टॉप रेटेड फ्रीलांसर्स इन योर टीम, जिनकी प्रोफाइल से आप अप्लाई कर सकें, एंड पीपल टेक अ लुक एट देयर पोर्टफोलियो एंड देन गिव यू द वर्क. Junaid, also I came to know after 1 hour should bid. What's your opinion? नहीं, it's not about the time. You should use the Upwork का एडवांस सर्च फिल्टर प्रॉपरली. आप मेरे में आपको, बल्कि मैं खुला हुआ है मेरे पास Upwork इस वक्त, मैं आपको यूजुअल फिल्टर्स बता देती हूँ जिसके थ्रू मैं काम कर रही होती हूँ. सो फॉर एग्जांपल आई एम लुकिंग फॉर some work related to product strategy. So I'm going to search the broader field, that is product management, and then from product management I'm going to basically apply the advanced search filters. So in advanced search filters I'm going to look for keywords. So for example, I'm going to put in product strategy in that, I'm going to put in different things in that. Then I'm going to take a look at the number of proposals, the work history of the client. I can also put the region in place. So I enjoy working with clients in the US and UK. So I will select United States and United Kingdom. And then I'm also going to take a look at the payment methods of the clients कि वो verified है या नहीं है. तो आप advanced search को properly जो है वो use करें, तो you will find the right kind of projects. Thank you so much, Mozma. I think we are right on time, 59 minutes and some 40 seconds. I think we are done with questions as well. So thank you so much for inviting me, and thank you so much for giving me this opportunity and very good questions. And I hope this was useful. You guys can get in touch with me on Facebook, on email, on Twitter, wherever you want. Email is better, and I would love to respond or help in any way I can. Thank you.